Thank you very much. First of all, I don't only see myself as an electronic music artist, but as a musician. 9 albums sounds so much, but for example, in the rock genre, it's really common to write one album after another. And yeah, I like to tell stories. I like to take the listener on a trip. And 3-track EP is just too short for that. So yeah, and I'm a very driven person. I hate boredom. So it usually don't take long after I finish one album that I start with a new one. I like to say a red thread with some curveballs. Yeah, the first album in 2007, Get Wasted, was more trying out and getting used to the album format. But the second album, Großstadtmärchen, in 2009, was more conclusive, and it was already proper storytelling. So the next 3 albums, my electronic pop phase started with even more vocals and with more accessible music. And 2 of those albums were released on Universal Music. In 2016, I realized that working with major labels is not the holy grail. So a whole new chapter started. I released again back on Stil for Talent. And yeah, the artworks changed for the first time from black and white to color. And my music changed more to organic house, down-tempo and electronica, because at this time I get inspired a lot by the neo-hippie scene. But I always stuck to the storytelling. And yeah, so this is some of closing a trilogy with the albums Arc of Tension, Fire in the Jungle, and now Made of Wood. The sound of this album is very organic, and I hardly used any synthesizers in the end, but a lot of basses, guitars, flutes, handpan, hi-hats, congas, bongos, djembes. And in the first step, I composed all the melodies and the drum programming on the computer and keyboards. And in the second step, I invited real musicians with their real instruments and let them replay the melodies that I composed. This was really interesting and fun. We did that in the studio of our Stil for Talent sound engineer, Stefan Thomas. And yeah, that's why it's called Made of Wood, because the most instruments on these albums are made of wood. Yeah, that's right. Maybe it's my advancing age. For sure, it's a pandemic that brings along deceleration. Staying at home, not touring, living a bit more healthy and conscious, it's bringing more silence into my life. And obviously, this has an influence on my music. But even the tracks are a little bit slower. They're all, or the most of them are made for the dance floor. So, and there will be some remixes later. And yeah, then you can be sure they are a lot above 120 BPM. Yes, that's my first attempt to produce music, especially for yoga and meditation. Some of my older tracks, like The Arc of Tension and Tankwa Town, are quite famous in the scene. but that wasn't my intention when I wrote them. So yeah, here it is, 50 minutes long, perfect for small yoga and meditation sessions. A Star Seeds Journey. Of course, Nico Schwind, one of my best friends. You know him from many collaborations. Eli from Bavaria. He put some mysterious Spanish spoken words on Serpiente de Ritmo. There is Felix Raphael, Berlin's shooting star when it comes to vocals. He brought some beautiful vocals to the track Synesthesia. And we also have Judith Ahrens and Oliver Wennick from UK, two upcoming vocalists who gifted their vocals to my album. I'm really happy with that. And spectacular are the handpan phrases from Walter Selzone, who's living in Dubai and who recorded the handpans in Dubai and sent it here to Berlin to me. Yeah, it's always a pleasure to work with new artists who has obviously a big influence to my music. Yeah, that's true. I already work for some months now on this new live act and it's almost done. 3 years ago, I started the live act exclusively for the planetarium in Berlin for only 300 people sitting in the dark and watching the stars. And now I developed it with the new album tracks to bring it on stage for people dancing under real stars, which is super exciting for me. I'm doing this live on stage with Stefan Thomas, who is playing the guitar and the Moog synthesizers. And I will be playing piano, e-piano, and all the lead sounds of the album live on stage. Yeah, and I hope that the pandemic will let us play some shows this year. Fingers crossed. First of all, music is a gift that always keeps on giving. Music really helps me a lot in the last year. Taking a break from touring was the best thing I've done in years, really. Going to Mexico for holiday and spontaneously playing 2 shows in a country with the highest death rates was a big mistake, and it was egoistic and stupid, and I really regret this a lot. Keep your positivity and help people that are down is an important thing and very rewarding. And feeling sad and asking for support is super important as well and deserves recognition. Yeah. Definitely. We should learn from our mistakes. We should care more for diversity of gender and skin color when it comes to signing artists to record labels or when it comes to creating lineups on festivals. We should keep clubs and festivals finally plastic free and focus more on sustainability. DJs should stop play pre-recorded sets, you lazy idiots. Sorry. The guests should leave their phone at home or in their pockets. And in my opinion, sit-downs on dance floor should be forbidden. Was that a joke? I don't think so.